Good morning, family them, and welcome to the Anti-Corruption Commission Hour, where they meet on a live from this Anti-Corruption Commission Hour, where we can call ACCR. Now, a program where we can come for discuss on the activities of the commission and other issues relating to the fight against corruption. Inside today's edition of the program, we go discuss on the impact and benefits of monitoring the productive social safety net and youth empowerment when a PSSNYE. For discuss more on this, I get with me inside the studio Alex Eba, we na public relations assistant na ACC. Alex, tell famode adu.
Good morning, Fambulem.
I also get Bernard A. Kagbo, we na public education officer na the commission. Bernard, tell famode adu.
Hi, Famula, good morning.
Famul them na World Bank support ACC for bringing this program to UNA. Yusuf can be part of the program by way of text message to 076 25 81 93. I repeat the number 076 25 81 93. You can send your questions, your comments on the topic where we discuss today. Good morning, Alex. Make us start with you. Welcome to the program.
Thank
Now,
you.
tell we what's in the PSSYNE project they all about, the one we can discuss here today.
Yes, thank you so much. The PSSNYE, now an acronym, where means the Productive Social Safety Net and Youth Employment Project. And an improved version of waiting we be don't know before this time as the Social Safety Net Program, where in a scheme where government set aside together with the development partners them for provide some support for people in way then they live in the most abject forms of poverty. But unlike the SSN will be done use for no, this one get other components that were included, not just the social safety net program, include also the youth employment scheme. Because I mean, based on the experiences over time and the success stories them of the implementation of previous SSM projects, the government and them partners then look and say this time around they need for expand them, including the youth employment. Young people them we know say then constitutes the greater part of we demography, well over 60%. And if we want for ensure say we achieve the development where we want in Sierra Leone, then young people there then get a critical role for play. So now I make this time around the project not just include the social safety net, way in a provision of unlimited cash support for people in way then they grapple with poverty, but also for able for provide some skill support to young people them. And then skill supports then they will provide, they complement them with provision of entrepreneurial opportunities for the young people there because the intention for let the young people there be gainfully employed and I mean get something, some skills away then go use for become self-reliant. We know say we don't get other similar programs there as well, like the skills and development program, where the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education be done implement, where INSEF be done provide some sort of skills to the young people there. So this, it all encompassing provision of skills, life skills support, and also provision of opportunities then where the young people there go use. So basically, that is waiting the PSSNY there about. But more or less, we get the lead institution where the National Commission for Social Action, where they take the lead implementing this scheme here. But because not to just the usual scheme where they don't implement, this one encompass the youth, where now a critical component of this program here, we get the Ministry of Youth Affairs and of course the National Youth Commission, where then are also key players them in implementing this program. But also the program not just encompass then one and then we don't talk about, then get for do also with climate change. We know say climate issues them, these are issues then we the world at large don't they draw their attention to because we don't see some of the implications of climate change, some of the implication of some disasters then when as a result of the manner in which we conduct ourselves towards the environment. So this project also they seek for tackle then climate issues and if we dey talk even about poor people and most often when we get disasters them now then people there can bear the greatest brunt. So now I make this particular project here they work with councils them across the country um, for able for tackle issues like climate change through means of afforestation as well. I mean, large part of we country forests over time don't depletes. I mean, people learn over time the activities them as well don't lead for hamper for hinder the environment. So this project also seek for plant as many trees as we can for able for curtail some of the disasters them way climate issues them can cause. So I make the project they tackle also not just the rural areas they mostly define poor people, but also some other areas them where you define generally Freetown, but Freetown rural and other parts then where you define really slum communities them because then some communities they also they can face the harsh realities of climate issues. So over and above all, now that's not the productive social safety nets. I mean, in short, PSSNY program, and now Dande they seek generally for address.
Okay, Alex, you say the project they target poor people them way, the poorest of the poor people them. How what in are the process of selecting the beneficiaries them? Because this get for deal with empowerment, this get for deal with, people them for elevate their livelihood and all. So what's not the process of selecting the beneficiaries and is it a nationwide project or not just a project for certain parts of the country?
Yes. First off, the projects they seek for tackle for this they include 11 districts, with the exception of districts then we get major towns. For example, Freetown, of course, Western Urban, for example, Bo, so you get some of them districts then they're really exempted, but generally in 11 districts then. But in terms of the selection process, we get about 12% around that, data day 12 point something percent of people in way, these are people in where they are extremely poor, where they fall below, the standard poverty line. These are people in way that they live in the most abject forms of poverty. We get about 12% of them people in our population and we get data as them. That is why another institution way also critical in the implementation of this process here, this project here, now statistics Sierra Leone. And statistics Sierra Leone then get some of them mapping then way they don't do, then through then geopolitical surveys them across the country. We can hear it sometimes when they can talk about census. Census not to just for know the amount of people them way they live in a certain area. Census also seek for know waiting at the conditions the way them people are they living. So then I make most often in censuses, then can ask a lot of questions there. Then can a particular household how na can eat waiting. So all of them questions then they inform government about including the living standards of people there. So then data then they sometimes can really be useful in the mapping them and in also for determining the one in way supposed for benefit. So for crystallize this, if we go in a particular community in sometimes the hard to reach places in Sierra Leone, in this community here, for example, if we see say generally people are really poor. If we just open and say all the, people are really poor in that general feast day, almost everybody go can see them poor. But if you look, sometimes some households them, then really could be referred or defined to as poor people. But maybe they in poverty, they get a zinc with the over their head. And if you go now the next household, then they as well really poor, but they not get zinc over their head. Maybe they get some touch over their head.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to our next household as well, then get touch over their head. But as opposed to the previous one, they don't touch the leak. So we get some of them really differences than they. So all of those things really can inform we mapping them together with the other implementing partners them for able for determine the one they we suppose really for benefits from them programs there. So we get some of them benchmarks and I make the program not to person they can pay for like be a beneficiary. We get them clear guidelines and then benchmarks and they will really the inform we for able for enlist the one that we suppose for benefit. That is why the project also encompass addressing um, you know, issues of poverty with communities they like the disabled communities, because people in way really get disability, they are more challenged in terms of able for live, in terms of able for survive. So the project also the target then, in fact, sometime last year when we make some of the payments, and Mr. Self be the part of the team where we go do them payments there in our Western Rural, and be the part of the monitoring exercise. And in fact that one they are for exclusively people that were really disabled, and you dey see them one and then and can if I way you see the conditions say you go really know say this scheme here where government put aside now something we really get for help them. And many of even the stories and feedbacks that we get, it resonate with that. So basically the means then now that we can use for target and get the deserving beneficiaries them for being listed in this program.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Now to you, Bernard. One go on for know the role where ACC they play inside this program, yeah. So because as Alex stated earlier, ACC now like a partner, an implementing partner to this project. So waiting at the role where the commission they play inside the project.
All right, thank you very much. As we don't hear you from the background, we my colleague Dongi on within the PSSNYE, and we all know say PSSNYE involve a lot of cash, a lot of money, and we all know say any outside money involved, there is a tendency for people misappropriate or people siphon this money. Now, notwithstanding that, ACC over the years don't become like a gatekeeper for integrity and honesty. And with ACC, any mix, we find out they see the balance between the people that we forget and what's in them forget, and then the people that we give to the people them. So basically, ACC role now this project is very clear. As everybody knows, say we are the gatekeepers them of integrity in the country. So if World Bank don't give $42 million, I think say it only but just for we get people them way for watch that money they how then they spend them, waiting they do time, if then they do the right thing with the project document specify. So one key component of the ACC now this project now for monitor how the program they go about, and monitoring they in a different form, not to just they tell them they go give money ACC they go and say okay how much money this person for getting all. They start them from the listing, if you can say what I mean by listing for the people and we no go better book now that from the tell them they select like then criteria they only colleague be the give. Say okay cash transfer they look at old people, very poor old people from they get one winner cash transfer winner from 60 years and above, and look at we senior citizens them, poor senior citizens them, and they look at that category they. So ACC they look at and say yes this person really they above 60 years. We'll just go say okay now me they conduct this thing, so I will just go take me family when I have 40 years 45 years I can't put them inside. So from that stage ACC don't begin watch the listing, say okay then people that yes then qualify, the partners they already implement this thing are the correct people and then take. Also we get another component like my colleague been explain we get for do youth empowerment. We the land the entrepreneurial skills. What in entrepreneurial skills mean? How them for do business, small business, and how for set up a business and how for monitor a business on your own. Then enough for the youth there. So again, we they go into make for say these people they then select now the right age bracket in the first instance from 18 to 35, and then now the right location then they. That's now one aspect for get the people them in. The other aspect now for monitor if them people they are really get what they supposed forget, what they don't list them for. So ACC they go into that again for monitor if the thing really reach there now. That na the second aspect. And then now the final and me, where people then go say, well, some people then are the most important, now the sensitization aspect to ACC they do. Like what do they do so right now? This aspect they try for like let people then know, say, this not to possibly make a getter. Now because me na I fall na the poorest of the poor, now I make a get this. Or because me na youth and now then a community where climate change they affect so much, now I make a get this. And I'm not supposed for give us money for let them select me for this program. I'm not supposed for go sabi the chief or sabi me MP na the host na the area for like get this program. So sensitization are another key role ACC they play. And in doing all this, ACC set up something what we call the GRM, the grievance redress mechanism. This mechanism, what's in a break and down back because I can like forward it talk let me fumble and get and clear. What's in this grievance redress mechanism in? Log take grievance. Grievance now at you me at one. What you at one for the project? Redress means how do they solve that you go you at one, how for solve it for talk what thing for do for let them call you at, and then mechanism now what do they do for solve them problem how they make. So ACC get this thing na GRM for short, way for talk to people them, allow people them for come in and say what in the money there. Talk within the money there. So ACC sets this platform. Any complaint we get week out that are grievance redress day, ACC they take them, no matter how small the complaint be. Sometimes some person go say, no, this na 10,000, na 10 leons no more than pull by me money. So now no ACC not going to talk for that. But if they pull 5 leon na money safe, now you money, nobody no need for take them. So that now the other thing that they will set up for look at all length here. So sensitization, monitoring. Now the whole this, now the big role this way ACC they play inside this project.
Okay, still with you, Bernard. You mentioned say ACC they monitor this project. Now one role way the commission they play inside the project. Now let's say in the situation where from the onset the listing, I'm sure the una they get list of people them way for benefit from this project here. So how the commission go able for no say the people in this list now they really for benefit from this project, because what they talk about this now money business. So mango one put in fumble day it go be say this person not to even one of the popo people in the village or the chiefdom, but because they want for me in fumble benefit it go put in fumble in name. So how now they able for differentiate the one we really need the project and the one we not really need them.
Thank you very much for this question. I think say this question, the answer to this question will clarify a lot of things. Now, how will they know? One, now I make NACSA, ACC, and Youth Commission not they work in isolation. One, would they work with Statistics Sierra Leone and also NACRA by extension. How would they work with NACRA, National Commission for Civil Registration? How would they work with them? Now that what you can, you say you don't 60 years or you don't 65 years, you for produce your ID card. Then one. If you not get ID card, you for produce your voter's ID card. If you not get anyone panani, they will send you back to NACRA, say go and get this you card. Then one. And then how would they work with Statistics Sierra Leone? Like my colleague be mentioned say statistics also just for count almost number of people them. Then they also count the vulnerability of people them na certain areas. So statistics don't get a map of side them way they look at and say this is a vulnerable place. They're really poor. This community now poor community. Or this community climate change don't affect it anyway. Now like your example, one side in at the north, they call the tongue Liboya. Then they project say maybe in the next 7-8 years it go down submerge underwater. So now then kind of community they statistics don't pick. They need help we get for do with climate change. You understand? So what we don't get done there, we don't know say this person I name this na the NACRA. Now yes, it don't pass 60 years. And then yes, from the census now a district who say then they really poor, because statistics they classify all things and they too from poor, extremely poor, or well, you understand areas then. So now then side and you see the project the target, and ACC they monitor for CC the project follow that. If I can push a little bit, the project gets different components we not cover all over the country. the project as a whole, now all over the country, but you get certain components they all over the country.
Okay.
So you find out, say, if the thing are for cash transfer for the poorest of the poor, and the districts and way statistics point out, say, this now poor people and they are, now they go. If now side we get for do with climate change mitigation for help them, we can climate change don't affect it. Now that part they usai na the company thing they go. So at the end of the day, find out say the project then are the whole country, but not to all the components and then are all the side them of the country.
Okay.
So if you ask how ACC they do for monitor for ascertain, we use that data from statistics, we use that data from NACA, put them together with waiting the registration on ground, and then we see if not the right thing that they do.
Okay. Family, if you follow the program, you can add your own voice by way of text message to 076 25 81 93, 076 25 81 93. Now, Alex, make a come to you. As I hear from my colleague Bernard, he say ACC enroll now for monitor the project and ensure say there is transparency and the project go on smoothly without any yuki happen. So how una they conduct the monitoring exercise, and also how the implementation of this project they go like right now?
Basically, the project implementation one they gone seamlessly. In fact, now the very reason that they make the Anti-Corruption Commission, we become part of them processes there, them projects there, because government see the need that integrity has to be injected into the entire implementation of this process. Yeah, but basically, we monitoring through waiting banner don't talk on the GRM, when are the grievance redress mechanism, where in fact on that basis they into this program. Yeah, we can carry them out through different means. In fact, from the start of the program, this 95 years program, it is span up to 2027. From the onset of the program, they part of in terms of the early elementary processes, since the president be launched in November 2022. And so we get engagements then with all of the institutions there and the stakeholders then where they implement the program there. For first of all, people forget a clear guideline, a clear roadmap on how this project has to be implemented. So in fact, now all of them guidelines and the project implementation manual and the related handbooks and they get. Where they go through them very well, we will forget our understanding on how this project has to be implemented. Because them programs, they are clear benchmark, they are clear guidelines where they're able to inform its implementation. So now on them basis, then guidelines, then they will use for able to monitor that every person where they in charge of rolling out this project adhere strict to sense with all of them guidelines and with no room whatsoever for any departure. Because then guidelines and now they able use for inform way with monitoring that then one day where they implement, then going to buy waiting you feel say. If now this means we they use if this particular program and this particular district here, we they incorporate people we na AGB people we na elderly household people. In this particular district here, they incorporate people where they are women. They need for follow them one day. So we they get engagements they often. Sometime last year we get engagements then with different stakeholders then where they look and able see and able for better be informed about the entire implementation process. But over and above that, where they reach out now the very communities them where they benefit from this program, get ready to call with social accountability meetings they okay organize. And then social accountability meetings then now different communities where they go, we get people in together, they want them way they benefit, and equally so the community members the way they not happen for be beneficiary directly to them programs there. Where they engage them, we discuss on issues, and first off, they make them understand exactly what in the program they about, waiting, they make you eligible for benefits from this program and waiting are the means the way for exercise, if at all you get issues whatsoever with respect to the entire implementation of the program there. So when they get them straight accountability sessions then, before they can, implement the program, and even during and after the implementation of the program. After that, then exercises and then monitoring exercises and through the social accountability sessions then I foresee if they can give money through do, for example, the ECT, the emergency cash transfer. Anybody be come after on the back for sale on again the money, and all of them questions in there we can ask. What you na really do with them monies there? Then they actually go a little beyond we mandate, but we do because as a commission, we they seek for ensure that the people are able to use this money for the intended purposes then. So away from then social accountability sessions and then we can get with the people then, we get also we report centers then we can receive complaints them. In fact, one and they can be pinpoint. They're able for direct we really to waiting probably now some of the issues then they and so we they use all of them reports then they will get a complaints review committee where they receive their reports then they and they want they will really jam in to the implementation of the projects, where they able for try for see how best where they resolve the issues then they. So basically now all of them means and they we can use for able for roll out the grievance redress mechanism component when I make with a part of this program here.
Okay. Now, one of the components of the program na the cash transfer, right? How una they go about then they? Una they give like a physical cash to the beneficiaries, or una get any other way una they conduct that?
Well, basically, before this time will be the gate table payment, physical cash to the beneficiaries. But as we move along with the try really for improve this particular PSSNY here, we introduce what we call an e-payment. We the partner with Orange Money, and we provide SIM cards them to the beneficiaries them, and then SIM cards then they use for make available the monies then where they receive. So we don't roll out some phases there of this program here. We don't get even the third cohort payments of the emergency cash transfer, and we provide little over 2,500,000 audience, just about that to all of the beneficiaries then. But over and above all, the project really they seek for target 35,000 beneficiaries them across the country.
Okay.
Within this span year of 5 years, and that is why in fact the project they around $42 million. It was initially around $40 million, but they add $2 million or so, and project they go on seamlessly.
Okay. Bernard, one section of the beneficiaries now youth. These projects they come for empower the youth them. So how youth at they use this project, for improve their life then, because where say young man or young woman can get some kind of money, no go know waiting for do with them. Some man they misuse them, some man not they use them for the intended purpose. But how then don't they use them? Like,
okay, thank you very much. As I say, the components we get for do it for empower youth them, they look at entrepreneurship. Now you either get an existing small business or you get an idea of an existing small business.
okay.
Now, inside that same component, we get youth skills, strengthening skills of them young people here. Now, then they strengthen institutions them where they learn the informal sector of people them. Now, like for do carpentry, for do the business now of himself, then they even train you how to do them. And also another component they where if some people if family can go along the beach, we see some people and they go on a beach for clean. And they don't create employment for them. All day under this component under this project. So so far so good. The youth then they take advantage of this opportunity. We find out say the one day we go into entrepreneurship, then they do them well. The one them we need skills training, then they accept the training well, because president one of the big five now for youth employment. You understand? So how you go employ the youth them if you not train them? So these components they train youth them as well. Bring their life skills them way you go able to set up your own small business, like your own generator for make generator them, for make plumbing, you understand, for electrician business, all anything, and the youth then they take them very well. And we know say if you train somebody, it's like you don't empower them for life, because you go eat spanda in training they say go. And the one the way they employ directly like for clean, we see people like in sweep street and all the rest of it. Then they themselves now like then they take that they work very seriously. So find out now some of who they gonna beach. You find out say the beach can very very clean because then they get people and now where they clean them and then dedicated to them okay because they know say now then source of livelihood at this time. So if you can ask how do you think they take this thing, I think say they take them very serious and then so much appreciative.
Okay. Alex, earlier on, Bernard say one role where ACC they play na the GRM aspect, na the grievance redress mechanism, and this na a way for me people or the beneficiaries relating grievances to the ACC on issues arising. So how beneficiaries them can meet una and say oh now this and this they happen. What are the means of communication with beneficiaries them?
Yes, basically we get monitors them, community monitors them. Now all of the beneficiary communities them, and then community monitors then are the first point of contact where the beneficiaries then go reach out for express any grievance whatsoever we then get with respect to the program. But even something we really not get for do with the program, but probably get some suspected element or something where they feel say they're not just okay with whether the PSSNY or general, suspected corruption issues. But away from the community monitors, then get their own different communities and get their own internal or community structures where they can meet periodically and then can also receive complaints and where they can redirect to the ACC. But at the district level as well, across the districts, we get our district monitors then, and we get offices there across the country. But basically, earlier on I talked about the social accountability sessions that we organize, before, during, and even after the implementation. So during those sessions and we can make all of them things they are known to them. But beyond that, we can provide to them channels then where they use for able for easily report suspected instance of corruption or express any grievance we then get with respect to the program. So then channels and then we can provide them to with all free lines then where we can tell them say, get for pay or a cost free for call and report. And interestingly, quite recently we launched 8515 number we now through this program we don't launch that toll free line number they will also provide to them. It's a simple number even for no 8515 and we then they call and they report to we any issues then we then get and we regular report channels there way now 07798595 we easy for no. But away from that we can remind them as well that through this component here and then complaints how they receive policy-wise, we get 90 days. Within 90 days, we for the able for ensure say we resolve any complaints then we then come with to our attention. Okay. So within the 90 days, then they from the time we then make the grievance known to we then ensure say we address the issues then they whether na issues with administrative mishap, in the project, whether na issues with suspected ukiwiki will happen or anomaly or malpractice will happen at the project, we then ensure say we will for resolve them. So in fact, practically this particular program here, I mentioned about e-payment, when we even carry out verification exercise, some of the grievances that we come to we through we actual monitors then we go there and we project staff then we then record. Now some of the people then say maybe they lost their SIM cards, some of the issues
in a situation like that, waiting will be the way forward.
Yes, I mean those are grievances. We record them and then we take them through with the mobile operators them for make sure say they're able. And interestingly, this one even if you lost your SIM card, hence we able for get them back. Your money it go still there. Okay. If at all say somebody able for know your password and go withdraw, we able for know who that's are the agents we withdraw. All of them data then they really we provided with the mobile operator then. So now I make this time we go e-payment, we work in consonance with the mobile operators then. So we go reduce the tendency or probability for people maybe if before this time then go take boku money then load na bike for go na the house.
Okay,
something happen.
okay. The project make provision for agents and for data these villages them for so that the beneficiaries are able for cash their money.
Yes, in all of them, districts then where they implement,
Mm-hmm.
there are orange money outlets there. I mean, orange they across the country, so it's very easy. Then get and then reach out now the nearest,
Okay.
orange money outlet and able for cash their monies them.
Okay. Bernard, every project gets in successes and challenges. Waiting are some of the successes and challenges not this project yeah so.
Okay. Well, the challenge is them, like as my colleague been they say, let's start with them. Now, like, I don't go electronics e-payment as you say,
Mm-hmm.
and we know the challenge where mobile network gets,
Mm-hmm.
and not say mobile network now
Network.
some remote communities there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, the poorest of the poor most times can they na some far removed areas them. So technology now one big constraint all the people and they get.
Mm-hmm.
You go find out, see, you go some side and get for get one story will be they do their monitoring, then somebody will tell me say the people then get for pay something like 100,000 for cam na kabala tongue, and then pay back for can cash the money and pay back go.
Then they
So
not all like half
yes,
of
by
the
the
money
time
now
you
don't
done,
go.
yes. So then and I big challenge would then tell we say how we go do for solve this thing and all the rest of it. You get some side a network problem for let the money even hits
Reach,
not the account
yeah.
for let them no say the money don't reach. Now a very big challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And then every system can get people working one try for beat and down. Then this is now a very big challenge. With something some people then go complain say I don't go check me sim money no did it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But you not knowing that this disbelief will get now the country say, government will go give you money so no more free. So then if the sim carelessly. So then they get them picking who don't pick her. Because the first challenge now is like now be the same password everybody been get to everybody know. I think that be 111 or 000 something like that. So you sometimes you get your boy picking way now case we make you go cash him out, you carry the sim back. Where you go now, you know meet money there again. And I make like what my colleague been say, would they advise people and say, as you seem lost, go straight to the nearest NAXA office and go make the report. As you make the report, send the other orange for block and state.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And they block them until they able replace you sim, then transfer the money there back. So now one big challenge and the way like cut across who they monitor way almost every side and they tell we say, hey, the network because of this, because of that. And also the people awareness of technology. Some I mean not even get phone.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
go get a SIM card. You not even get phone at the village. You go.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange for we have written for say this person not get phone, but we go deep into the interior. There are people who not get
Without
phone at all.
yeah, sure.
You understand? Sometimes pass you put the SIM now, person in phone. Way down the back now another challenge. So then they say no, you better help me. They go take the money. So this that. Not knowing that they will try for protect, but because they don't know how for use them, and then I big. But yes, now then challenges then they will get. So every project must get challenges and all. But in the overall, I think say the success is overweight the challenges. Like you few of the success story. The money then they give the cash transfer to the head of the household, but not mean say na in one green gets the money. So one thing now that it don't bring joy to a whole family then. Now if you listen to some of them success story, they go say, me host me the leak, I don't be even, but now this I don't go buy 2-3 pound, I don't fix them. This all go say, hey, me picking in fees, then me just don't not to fees, me picking in college something for send and go. If you don't me picking I get for pay for and for go for come go yonder for go school, I don't solve them. Hey, but me man be sick, or this picking be get this kind of sickness, I don't solve. So the money come at a time where people really need them and solve a lot of household, because the money now for the household, mind you, and they give the 60-year-old person or the poorest of the poor. And like just quick for saying I'm woman they more than they give woman headed household then, because I don't say the woman they sorry more for the household.
Yeah.
So and you find out say you don't transform the lives of whole household. One old boku household them where they come, they use the money for, you go see some they say na medical they use that, some for food, some they go do business with themselves. Although not to like the business component of that, but you say I pull some, I give me a picking, I pull some, I go start business. Now yeah, they do so, now I don't go so to this. So then the way they read that, you they feel good. For like you feel say a whole household don't transform per one cash transfer we then do. And I think say then they like cut across now one success story then they will make. And then the youth them also. They don't empower a lot of youth. They don't empower them skills. They don't empower them for getting job like the one they have been talked about for clean. Then now they get a livelihood. You get a sustained livelihood way. Then they go. But because of time, they get a lot of successes them way. You see the smiles now the people them face. Even the hope for say we get a government and in partners then where they come in for help we with finances this kind time then you cash and with no strings attached. That joy first alone say I don't get this money, then they get for ask me for it again. The only thing they go guide you say okay use them for your household, use them for food, medical. But aside from that, then they direct you straight say no, this no more for do. You can use them for medical, you can use them for do business, you can use them for this, and what's able for sustain your household. So the success story then great. If you go about talk to the people then they go tell you very good things then.
Okay, Bernard. So after the implementation of this project here, so waiting next for ACC? Is it that una they go back now then district and they for year waiting the people then get for talk about the project, or after the implementation una don't give the beneficiaries the money then, or do waiting they get for do now then district? It's the end of the project.
Well, no, it's not the end of the project. I believe say monitoring they go just beyond just looking
No,
at the
start.
time.
Yeah.
So they go again beyond.
Okay.
Like how I don't begin tell you success stories them. When the money don't go down, we get for go to the young people there and get from them. Then you feedback. How for make if subsequent project then come, how for make them better. What thing go work for una. Do you understand? Because where the project come, they don't implement done. Now after the project, you know waiting are some of the big challenges them we go able to solve if if another project can come back.
Okay.
Because make no mistake, World Bank don't trust ACC so much that if any project of this magnitude come, World Bank, ACC get for the day because they're so pleased with the work they do. And the SSN, the first place. I can always call the SSN say na the mama to the PSSNY. And I'm born the PSSNY. So the work where the ACC do, just imagine for let them pull money. My colleague will make that from I think less than 10 million so to 42 million. That is so now huge trust. And ACC as the gatekeepers make this thing possible for let this huge jump where they make because the World Bank team can then commend the ACC. Then commend the ACC say yes, una intervention by this program make the outcome the outcome will be want na income out. So going forward, ACC not just the left. They ask me, colleague, me don't say we get district monitors, we get community monitors, we get all regional offices there. We always they go back to them people there and see how then they do after the project fold up.
Okay. Alex, before we end the program for today, what's in the current status of the project?
Yes, we done able for get some of the we start off first off with the launching of the project sometime in November 2022, where His Excellency the President be launched the project. But then away from that, we don't carry out the earlier processes able for get the intended beneficiaries, and we don't make payments. Sometime last year in the closing periods of last year, we will make payments. The third court cash transfer payment under the emergency cash transfer to beneficiaries them, and we equally so we don't commence off with the tree planting exercise where they part of the afforestation, for address climate issues them. And, like how Bernard mentioned again, in terms of the entrepreneur aspect, incorporating young people them into this project, all of them things and they really the gone. And the project is start off with $40 million in a $2 million addition become, and we still the go. And interestingly, there is possibility for probably a further increase because the approbation where the project received by the government of Australia and them partners them really marveling. In fact, way before this time when the social safety net programs they have start. If we start off with something around $1 million, like Abana they say $7 million, and this time around we get about $42 million. We're one of the highest monies that we don't receive by the social safety net programs. Yeah, so it's a 5 years program, and we currently there, and we get exercise where they go on right now, where some members them even of the anti-corruption, some staff them, they go across the country, they continue for provide enlightenment to the people them. We then also get for receive some other payments them part of this program. Yeah, so the program they go on, and we they continue for provide updates them to the people where they out there.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, we don't come to the end of the program. This program now World Bank supports ACC for Brian Kam to Una. You can report any suspected corruption case to ACC by calling 077-985-985 or 077-986-986 and 8515. Plans are underway for get calls on other mobile networks, QCell and Orange, from Mondays to Fridays 8:30 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. and Fridays 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or you can visit the website at www.anticorruption.gov.sl or visit any of the offices. We get one at Freetown Integrity House, Tower Hill. We get na Tenbo Pujon Drive, Bo, Mena Hills, Makeni, Reservation Road, Oxmas, Wekobi Street, Kenema, 13 Sherifa Street, Potloko, 18 Sansi Street, off Kainkodu Road, Koidu Kono. Well, Fambo, thank you for listening to the program. On behalf of the Public Education and External Outreach Department, Mina Ami Masako, Information Officer at the ACC. Until next time, goodbye.
What would they say to